Hey there, House here. I want to take some time to talk about the Chicago White Sox. Now, if you've been paying too much attention this year, the White Sox are in first place in their division with a commanding lead over the second place Cleveland Indians. They've been playing at a high quality of baseball nearly all season long and look to continue to do so for the remainder of the year. Some of this doesn't come to a surprise to many Sox fans, mainly because on paper, before the season started, nearly everyone was picking the White Sox to win the division as well as make a serious run in their upcoming postseason. From their offseason acquisitions to their returning players who all got a brief taste of the postseason last year in that abbreviated season. Now, something that not many would have anticipated are the number of injuries that the White Sox have dealt with so far this season. Before the season started, they lost their starting left fielder Eloy Jimenez to a ruptured pectoral muscle. He, however, is expected to return tomorrow to make his season debut, so they'll get some reinforcements coming right there. Next, they lost their starting shortstop Tim Anderson for roughly 2 weeks with a nagging hamstring injury. Next up were pitchers Lance Lynn and Garrett Crochet, who both lost about a week and a half with their time on the injured list. Shortly after was the loss of their starting center fielder Luis Robert, who tore his hip flexor. He just began a rehab assignment and they're expecting him to be back near middle to end of August. The next player they lost was Michael Kopech for over a month with a hamstring injury. The player after that was their starting second baseman Nick Madrigal. He tore his hamstring and is going to miss the remainder of the season. The next two players to go down were bullpen arms Evan Marshall and Aaron Bummer. They lost their starting catcher Yasmani Grandal to a torn tendon in his knee. So, to date, they've lost a few bullpen arms as well as a starting pitcher due to injury. And as well as two starting outfielders, they also lost their shortstop for a bit, and they lost their second baseman and catcher for an extended period of time. That's a lot to overcome for a team that's still in first place in their division. Another thing to note is the fact they haven't been swinging the best bats all year long. They've been struggling to hit home runs all year, and their bullpen, something that was supposed to be a strength, has been a glaring weakness. Now, even with all of that, with all of their injuries, their hitting issues, their bullpen struggles, and to be completely honest, an inept manager who has lost touch with the game of baseball many, many years ago, they're still in first place. They've also done this with some excellent play from Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada, and Jose Abreu, along with a surprisingly fantastic start from a career minor leaguer in Yermin Mercedes, and some stout play from some other complimentary players like Brian Goodwin, Adam Engel, Billy Hamilton, and rookies Andrew Vaughn, Jake Berger, and Gavin Sheets. They've taken that next man up approach as literal as possible and excelled through it. They've been playing at this high level that as soon as they receive some assistance from their starting players that they expect to come back, this team should be firing on all cylinders and increase the momentum as they move into the postseason, possibly as a number one seed. Now, as these players begin to get healthy, bringing them into the fold could get tricky. Grandal's return should be smooth as they don't have a great replacement for him just yet. The return of outfielders Eloy Jimenez and Luis Robert are a different story. How do you manage bringing back two outfielders when you have three good, if not great, outfield options already there? Eloy will more than likely be delegated to the DH position until he can play a more confident and competent left field. Luis Robert will be the center fielder whenever he's ready to come back, but that takes a position away from either Golden Glove Adam Engel or fan favorite Billy Hamilton. Also, with Eloy moving to the DH role, that takes at-bats away from either Gavin Sheets or Jake Berger, who one, if not both, could be sent back down to AAA once the starting outfielders are healthy. Either way, the Sox have a good problem on their hands as they try to navigate through who plays where and when in this plethora of talent of their active roster. In the meantime, we, the fans, get to sit back, relax, and strap it down for more White Sox baseball. Well, that about covers all that I really want to discuss for this episode. If you feel the White Sox should make some different moves upon the return of their starting outfielders and catcher, or make a move before the trade deadline hits in just under a week, feel free to leave a comment on my video. And lastly, to all my betting friends out there, remember, you win some and you lose some, but the house always wins.